Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes and welcome to another fleet guide video. So in this one I want to show you how I was able to take out 4 executors in a single territory war. Now usually I would probably take out anywhere between 2 if it's bad RNG, or if I get okay RNG, 3 executors in every territory wars. But this time I decided to do a video because I was actually able to take down 4. I had good RNG overall, and for that 4th one it was kind of a bonus win because somebody put IG in the starting lineup, which obviously with IG instead of Xanadu Blood in starting lineup, Executor kind of is now suddenly open for other counters rather than just your standard Finalizer and Malevolence. So let's just first kick off with the first battle for today. So this is Finalizer. Now if you do have 7-star Finalizer, this is probably the most reliable Executor counter we have at the moment. It's I think more reliable than Malevolence. Obviously depends on RNG as always, but anyway, let's just get started. I'm going to put Hunted over on Houndstooth so it can't gain bonus turn meter whenever we hit one of its allies, so we don't have to worry about it taunting too much. Just put a hit over there on Razor Crest. So this with 5-star, obviously there's a bit of RNG. Does my Echelon survive or not? In this case it survived the opening sequence but not the following attack, so not the best RNG but not the worst either. Let's get ability block over on Houndstooth, a big hit over on Xanadu Blood, a basic Xanadu Blood down for the count. Now I'm bringing in special forces here, so hopefully we can get stun, ability block, nothing, 2 dodges in a row. So RNG here not that great, but luckily this opponent put some weird reinforcements on defense. But anyway, let's just keep going. One-shotting Ebon Hawk. We did get their ability block again on Houndstooth, and this is after the AI change to the Executor, where they made it that it's not using heal on Houndstooth anymore exclusively. Actually this Finalizer counter has an easier job because at this point there would be a taunt on Houndstooth, but because instead they healed Razor Crest after the AI change, I don't really have to worry about taunt on Houndstooth at all. So definitely this AI change, while maybe making Malevolence counter slightly more difficult, it really made this first order a lot easier counter. So the next reinforcement, I'm bringing in Sunfang just to get a stun there on Razor Crest, just to slow them down a bit. So we got both of them stunned, because obviously without Ebon Hawk here, I'm saving Ebon Hawk for another battle. You do want to a little bit limit their attacks so they don't get their target locks out as many times. That's why bringing Sunfang for a bit of stun action was very helpful. They did get their contract off now. There we go. Okay, got a stun on him, and let's go ahead get Hunted going, which will give us now offense up and defense penetration up. So hopefully we'll be able to do a big hit here with our silencer. Down goes Slave 1. So just down here now to Houndstooth and Razor Crest. I'm just thinking, do I have enough to take out here Houndstooth? Let's just go ahead, see if we have enough. Ooh, it wasn't quite enough, unfortunately. Let's just keep going, bringing in our final reinforcement. Let's do a big hit. Again, not quite big enough. Okay, they're going after TIE Fighter, that's okay. Let's just go ahead, boost her meter, and let's do a big hit. Hopefully no dodges this time. There we go, Houndstooth down for the count. And now just a case of finishing off here Razor Crest, unless they have another reinforcement. We'll see. Basic over there. And I think that should finish off Razor Crest. There you go. First battle for today out of the way. So this is how I was able to take down 1 Executor there with my Finalizer and 5-star Echelon. So for the next one, again, standard here, kind of Malevolence counter. Again, I'm saving Ebon Hawk for another battle because with Malevolence, if you do get good RNG, you don't really need Ebon Hawk. So let's just move on now into this battle. Starting with Hyena, Vulture and Imperial TIE Fighter, and then reinforcement just Spy and Soldier. This is enough in many cases because if you get bad RNG you will just waste a lot of ships anyways. So at least with this team you can take down a ship or 2 and then you can clean up if you want. Alright, let's just move now onwards with the gameplay here from the battle number 2. Alright. first things first, as always, get that foresight going with your TIE fighter. Let's see who going after. Again, good RNG sequence here. They did go after TIE fighter. That's the ideal scenario. We got some turn meter. We can now put buzzes over on the Razor Crest, and now we can get some assist as well. There we go. I just got one assist, unfortunately. Down goes Vulture Droid number 1. Here come big hits. Alright, Spy, who you gonna give me? Okay, beautiful. So far so good. No dodges there. Good RNG really to begin with. And this one, let's see, they're bringing IG this time, not Slave 1. Okay. I'm just going to put a hit over on IG to begin with. Just start working on him. Let's do an AoE now. Okay, no buzzes because, you know, let's just cleanse them off. I'll save buzzes for later. Okay, just basics. Let's go ahead, clear off that foresight from IG. Now I can go ahead, put buzzes on IG there. Bringing in my final reinforcement soldier. Let's see if we can get IG out. Down goes IG as well. Okay, Houndstooth's got a taunt. No sense of putting buzzes on Houndstooth until after you hit your ultimate, to be honest, because you know they'll just use basic or whatever, and they'll just cleanse off. Again, saving specials for after we hit the ultimate. Hopefully, Spy will still be around by then. Just keep going, basics. I can do here AoE, get some buzzes, but then I'll get counterattack, so I just decided to do a basic to begin with. And we'll wait for the ultimate. There we go. There goes their contract, but I think it's too late for them, even though they got their contract. So let's go ahead, buzzes over there, mass assist, down goes Houndstooth. Now I can do here an AoE, get buzzes on everybody. Soldier doing some assists there, which is nice. Smack down on AoE. Couple more hits, I think Boba should go down. There we go. Let's get more buzzes on Razor Crest as well, and that should finish off a Razor Crest. So there you go, the first 2 battles done here. So usually that's what I would do. I would do Finalizer, I would do Malevolence. These are usually the 2 battles I would do. And then obviously you do have kind of still 2 options there. So depending on RNG, like how these battles go, you can either one-shot or after Finalizer, I can then use either a Negotiator or Home 1 for cleanup and single for Malevolence. So you kind of got 2 fleets that kind of go in, fresh battle, and then you've got 2 cleanup fleets for Home 1 and Negotiator. That's what I said, in most cases, like it's pretty much guaranteed that between 4 of those fleets, you can get down 2 Negotiators in every territory wars. And now for the third one, that's how it started now, after we've got as well Star Fortress added to the Resistance lineup. As well started doing some testing, and for the past 3 territory wars I was able to triple shot with Raddus Executor. So now this is the third way, pretty reliable third way to take down another Executor in territory wars. Obviously it's not going to be amazing banners if it's a triple shot, but you know, sometimes when you get desperate, it's good to have options. And maybe, you know, because you will see, I came very close to 2-shotting Raddus. I always come very close to 2-shotting with Raddus Executor. Maybe if my Star Fortress is only 4 stars, so maybe once at 7 stars, those 2 shots can become a lot more reliable with Raddus as well. So what you do is use your endurance and just put some kind of, you know, 3 weak ships here, so you eat up all the special attacks there from the enemies. Okay, there we go. They're all used up, their special attacks. Endurance actually got a turn. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Because usually by this time everybody would die off. Might as well, I mean, I can put a hit, I guess, on Xanadu Blood. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and do that. I think they'll heal up anyways. Basic, or they do this side, it doesn't really matter, I think, to be honest, what I do here. And there we go. Alright, so we exhausted all the special abilities, including the taunt there from Houndstooth. So now, you know, we don't have to worry about Houndstooth taunting to begin with. And this is why I'm now saving Ebon Hawk for Raddus, because it makes then, you know, double/triple shot with Raddus possible as well. So it really depends, you know, on your requirements. Do you want to use Ebon Hawk with the Finalizer or Malevolence, or do you want to save it for Raddus so you can take down 3 Executors in every territory wars? So there we go. They also wasted their heal dispel ability, which is great. So now, you know, for a couple of turns they won't get to do much, to be honest. There you go, my 4-star Star Fortress, just about hanging in there. Let's go ahead, cleanse that off. Now I can go ahead, daze their Houndstooth, so it doesn't gain bonus turn meter. Get mass assist over on Xanadu Blood, see if we can take it out. Okay, they're bringing IG here as the first reinforcement. Now, even if they would bring in their Slave 1, doesn't really matter, because my first reinforcement would be Ebon Hawk, and I would dispel the taunt on Slave 1, and this now kind of allows you to finish off their Xanadu Blood, take it out, and now we can just start putting hits on IG. Okay, keep going, 1 tap. Let's go ahead and reapply Chaff on our guys just to slow down their contract. Get IG down. Okay, they're going after Poe now. And let's just go ahead and put some buffs over on X-Wing. Here comes their mass assist. Down goes Poe. I know things don't look good right now, but you know, we'll be able to turn things around. I was able to dispel the taunt and Houndstooth as well. Let's go ahead, bring in Falcon. Let's spin. There we go. We got Foresight there, so we evaded their attack. Here comes now Slave 1. Down goes my Ebon Hawk. All these battles are very close, but you always kind of finally get over to the ultimate. There we go. Finished off IG there with a big AoE. Okay, not ideal here, being stuck. That's why I would prefer if Slave 1 would be first reinforcement, because then you don't have to deal with this, right? But anyways, got there just about. Pull off Holdo maneuver, and that's why for the final reinforcement I'm bringing in a Lando's Falcon. You don't want more than 3 reinforcements. You want Lando's Falcon to be called as the last reinforcement, because it gets now 3 turns, so you can do some big hits here on Houndstooth. There we go, get it out. Basics, almost got him. Let's spin, hit over on there. This should finish off Houndstooth, I think. Yep, there we go. And this is where I ran a little bit short. Just wasn't able to quite take out Razor Crest. That's why, going back for, you know, what I was saying, I only have 4-star Star Fortress, so it died off quite quickly. At 7 stars, maybe it would be durable enough that it would hang around longer, and then maybe, you know, one of the X-Wings, either Poe or Resistance, would still be alive, which would then allow you to 2-shot here this Executor. But obviously, you know, just with Razor Crest, already took care of Executor, so there is no lead or anything. I just took in Chimera with, you know, 3 leftover ships here just to finish off alone the Razor Crest. It shouldn't be too difficult, because Razor Crest on its own, you know, doesn't really pose all that much threat anyways. So there you go. But it'll take a while, because you can see these ships are quite low gear. Obviously Sergeant, he's relic, but by no means he can do a big hit. So I'm just here kind of calling the assist, not really sure who's doing the biggest damage here from everybody. Basics, let's see, 37k critical hit from Sergeant, so not much really happening there. I think a couple of more hits, and there we go. There it goes. That's how I took down Executor number 3. Now, as mentioned before, that's what would usually happen, right? I go in with Finalizer, and then I clean after Finalizer. I can clean up with Negotiator, and then I go in with Malevolence, and I can clean up with Home 1, or vice versa, the cleanups depending on obviously what's left on the field. But this time I had good RNG, 1 shot both, so I still had Home 1 left after all of these battles, and there was actually 1 Executor that had IG in the starting lineup. And if your enemy does that, then they open themselves up for the possibility of Home 1 taking out Executor. I finally have their Relic 4 both on Beastan and Pathfinder. My Biggs is Relic 3, and as you see in there, I do have Akbar Relic 3, and Falcon, all pilots are Relic 6. So anyway, just first start going after IG here. Just want to take him out as quickly as you can. You want to put their Falcon in hiding so they can't target it, because you will see my Relic 3 Biggs. He won't last long here. There we go. Yep, down goes Biggs, unfortunately. But anyway, he did his job. He took the initial hits. Let's do mass assist over on Houndstooth. Just trying to go after Houndstooth. There we go. Start working on Razor Crest, see if we can exhaust its first life. Again, a little bit of weird reinforcements here. I always recommend, guys, don't try to be fancy with the reinforcement with Executor. Just put just bounty hunters and that's it. Don't try to be, as you've seen with other reinforcement. It just makes it easier, some of these counters to work. There we go. Almost got Razor Crest down. Let's see if we can get it out before they heal it up. Let's go ahead and dispel that breach over on Bistan, so we can now keep going after here Razor Crest. Here I decided to use basic just to get some assists. Okay, keep going. Almost got him. One more hit. Oh, are you kidding me? Somebody take him out already. There we go. So let's see what they're bringing as a second reinforcement. Sith Fighter? Alright, I'll take it. Again, very weird reinforcements. So I'll just keep going there after Scimitar, so it again doesn't put, you know, their retribution over Houndstooth. Let's bring in now our Y-Wing. Hopefully we can go ahead, put shield disruption. There we go with it, so we can finish off Houndstooth quickly. Let's go into stealth, finish off there. And just a case of taking out Sith Assassin, I guess, and we should be good to go here. And there you go, Dango's Executor number 4. So yeah, I was just in airplane mode because I wasn't sure how well this will go. But in combination, you know, with good decent RNG there, and as well, you know, weird reinforcement from the enemy, this worked. Obviously, if they would bring in, you know, different reinforcement, things might go differently. So that's what I said, you know, it's always RNG based. But you know, even if I get like very bad RNG, I can take down 2 Executors. If I get okay RNG, 3 Executors there with Raddus, and then obviously the 4th one, it depends on, you know, whether they put IG in the starting lineup. Alright guys, hope you find this video useful and helpful. So whenever you go into territory war, just kind of give you 4 different ways, 4 different possibilities to take down Executors. As always, there's a lot of RNG involved with this, with all the dodging right and everything. But at least it's good to have a lot of options, and then depending on, you know, how desperate you are getting, are you okay with triple shotting in terms of banners or not? It's just always good to have options, I guess. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. But until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.